Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Cingulate's channel, a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company focused on the development and innovative new products candidates, basically for the treatment of ADHD and anxiety disorders. Joining us to give us a high-level overview of the company, currently what's going on with their pipeline, some milestone expectations, and more. We have Shane, the CEO, joining. First and foremost, welcome, sir.
Hey Kyle, how you doing? Good to see you.
Living the dream. It's such a pleasure to get you on. You guys are playing in this fascinating field where there hasn't been a whole lot of innovation. And for newer audiences, I know you have these three candidates. One of them's kind of on the forefront in your pipeline, but for maybe these newer investors, just give us a brief elevator pitch, a high-level overview of exactly what you're doing there.
Yeah, I think the most succinct way to sort of frame who Cingulate is today. We are a company that's developed a really disruptive, innovative. Those are words you hear a lot of, but once we talk about it, you'll see why. Disruptive technology that allows us the ability to take one, two, three of the same or different drugs, combine them into one small tablet, and then precisely time, ratio, style, and deliver exactly when that drug is going to be presented to the body. In ADHD, that's our lead asset, CTX 1301. We're taking the cleanest version of a drug that's called Ritalin. We've all heard of that before. And it's called D-methylphenidate. So we've taken away the dirty part and we just use the good part. That is the asset that is going forward. We deliver 3 doses of medication in one simple, easy to use tablet. You take it once in the morning, and now you have entire active day efficacy. You have the fastest onset of action in the industry. You have less side effects, better tolerability. You don't need booster doses. It really is something that's going to be quite innovative in this marketplace, which is a $23 billion market. We are getting ready to prepare our new drug application. We're in the process of doing it right now, as a matter of fact, and we want to get that submitted as soon as possible. We're targeting the first half of next year.
Yeah, this is fascinating, and I guess you kind of just gave us an insight into that milestone expectation with CTX 1301, and then that's kind of the primary forefront of the pipeline. Is there any other milestones or anything else investors should focus on with it?
I think some of the most exciting ones are we have been manufacturing our registration batches. And what those are, not to get too deep into some of the regulatory jargon, which drives me crazy, but basically these are the final batches that you manufacture at your development site. So where that tablet I just pointed up, where it's being made, and you basically submit those to the FDA for approval. Um, we are very close to done with that. And once that's done, we can't wait to announce that. And what that means is that we are now at a point where all of the risks that are associated with drug development in the pharmaceutical industry have largely been taken away. Manufacturing is such an incredible challenge. We've had positive meetings with the FDA throughout our development process. There's a thing called CMC. We passed that almost with 100% passage rate. And now with those registration batches, this is a major, major upside inflection point for the company, which is coming up very, very, very shortly. In addition to that, we got patents that have been filed 5, 6 years ago. Those have been processed. We've prosecuted them. We've got international patents. We've been working on licensing agreements with certain companies, both in the US and outside the US, to either co-promote our product here in the States or potentially outside the US. Let a company that's in Europe, let a company in Germany, a company in Brazil, Australia, Japan, China, let those people take that product and bring us the royalties. And let's improve patients' lives while we're at it too. Those are just some of the upcoming milestones that are sort of sitting there in near term.
Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I wanted to roll back a little bit because I think
Sure.
there's a lot of talk in a lot of new medicines, but I think ADHD is obviously it's a huge market. It's been largely unchanged. Yourself, what led up to that aha moment? How did you kind of find yourself getting involved with Cingulate?
Well, so I'm the founder of the company, myself, along with Matt Brahms and Raul Silva. People sometimes say, how'd you come up with the name? Uh, I'm not a genius. The front part of your brain has an area called the cingulate gyrus and and then the prefrontal cortex. Your anterior cingulate is where all of your executive function is controlled. And if you look at MRIs, not to get too deep, functional MRIs, you can see an ADHD patient versus a patient that doesn't have ADHD. I won't use the word normal because we're all a little weird, right? And you can see it night and day in terms of who has the ADHD and who does not. But that's where Cingulate came from, is that part of the brain. So we really focus on CNS products. So myself, Dr. Silva, Dr. Brahms, two of the preeminent key opinion leaders in psychiatry, let alone ADHD. The three of us were at a barbecue. It was July 4th, 2012, and I was sitting around. By this time, I'm off at Sanofi, no longer with Novartis, where I launched 3 other ADHD products. But I'm at Sanofi, we're all talking, and they're lamenting the fact that there still isn't a single ADHD product. ADHD has been around for 90 years. We're still treating it with the two same core ingredients, either methylphenidate, Ritalin, or Concerta, Focalin, our product, or amphetamines, Vyvanse, Adderall, Adderall XR, our other product. But there's no product that has a fast onset, lasts the entire active day, has better tolerability than the products that are out there currently, takes away the booster doses, which 60% of people need every single day. And what's a booster dose? It's a short-acting Adderall. It's a short-acting Ritalin. What happened to those? Well, when the patient takes it, hopefully good things. What's the reality? Abuse, diversion, crushing, cracking, snorting, sharing. Those are just the realities of it. Double the cost. Nothing like that has ever changed in ADHD. That's what we wanted to overcome, and that's what Cingulate's precision time release platform does. We now have the ability to give one simple tablet, give you entire active day efficacy, fast onset of action, no need for booster doses. Oh, and by the way, we reduce side effects by 30% versus the exact same product. All of this in a $23 billion category. We want the market to start realizing what we're sitting on here. And we definitely hope to share that with your investing community.
No, it's absolutely profound and definitely incredible. We'll pass it off to the viewers for sure. We'd love to know what you think, and definitely consider subscribing, because as news and catalysts come down the wire, of course, we'll bring it to you here. But on that note, as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.